Hi, this is ResuMate, and I will be discussing. I'm Demetrius Mack. I'll be discussing what problems we are solving. ResuMate. The first one is job seeking will struggle to understand why they don't get interviews. The next one is employers are overwhelmed by applications and struggles to find qualified candidates. And the last one is the hiring process is fragmented and inefficient. I'm passing on to the next group member.
All right. Hey, my name is Sam. All right. So, some gaps in other industry solutions is that most other job boards have not integrated any AI systems into their services, and job recommendation algorithms seem to recommend irrelevant jobs. They look for tags that aren't really localized to what your skills are. The process of finding a job and applying for it can be really inconvenient. And on recruiter side, they must sift through many resumes to find a qualified candidate. And so, how do we solve these solutions?
Okay, so first, we will use AI to analyze resume and deliver clear, actionable feedback, giving users a score, strengths, and exact improvements. No guesswork. The second, we will match users with job based on their skills and experience, making the search more target and efficient. Thirdly, we will also help job seekers highlight their key skills so they stand out to employers. Finally, Resume enables direct messaging between job seekers and recruiters, removing barriers and speeding up the hiring process. Overall, Resume makes job searching smarter, faster, and more connected. Pass on to the next person.
Hi, my name is Christian Durant, and I'll be presenting our team's goals of the app and pain points. So, to begin, ResuMate was designed to solve major pain points in today's job search and hiring process. One of our biggest goals is helping job seekers understand how well their resume aligns with what employers are actually looking for. Many applicants submit resumes into online systems without feedback, often getting rejected without knowing why. Resume addresses that by analyzing resumes for grammar, keywords, formatting, and job relevance, then providing feedback and a match grade. Another goal is improving job matching. Instead of users searching through hundreds of postings manually, our platform recommends jobs based on resume applications, qualifications, and employer criteria, saving time and increasing match quality.
Hey, I'm Dylan, and I'll be talking about our technologies used. So for our framework, we went with Django because it's easy to use and scalable. It utilizes the Python language, which is easy to learn and debug. And for our database, we decided to use SQLite because it can be easily scaled into regular SQL, which is better suited for large applications. For web hosting, we went with Python Anywhere because it has a large amount of documentation. It is really easy to use and put something out there. And for our AI, we decided to go with DeepSeek because it's cost effective to apply to a website of this size. And I'll pass it on to Trevor for the demo.
Hi, I'm Trevor, and I'll be doing the live demo for ResuMate. So, ResuMate has two main types of users. We have recruiters and job seekers. Job seekers are uploading their resumes, browsing job opportunities, and from there they can like or pass on said opportunities. And recruiters, they're the one that are posting job listings, reviewing candidates, and likewise they are liking or passing on potential candidates they see. And a match happens when both the job's candidate and the recruiter show interest. So to start the demo, I'll be showing off the recruiter side first. And let's go ahead and get a recruiter registered. Once we've logged into our recruiter account, we're able to see our company information that we can then edit, the recruiter's personal details that we can edit, and I'll go ahead and cut to that filled out. Okay. Once we've filled out the company information and recruiter details, we can go ahead and create our first job posting. Once we've gone ahead and pasted in the description, our requirements, the experience, the salary range, go ahead and move down to our tags, select this. If any of the preset options don't go ahead and match what the recruiter is looking for, we can type in custom tags that aren't already there. Once we're done filling out the posting, we can go ahead and publish it. And this is where we'll be able to view any potential candidates that liked our role. We're able to edit the job posting or see how this would look to a potential candidate. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to the job seeker view. Once a candidate's logged in, they're able to edit their personal information. So Riley Bennett is a database manager who's had 6 to 9 years of experience looking within the 100K to 120K salary range. He prefers on-site work and currently holds a bachelor's degree. As a previous database manager, Riley Bennett can add skills to highlight to recruiters through this that will show up on his profile. After Riley puts in all of the skills he wants to display to a potential employer, he can then go to our resume dashboard where there's the option to upload a resume. After analyzing the resume, Riley's greeted with our results screen that show how we scored their resume specifically, how it ranks among current users, and showing the percentile. This summary part uses DeepSeek to provide a quick summary to an employer where they're just skimming through many different resumes and can take a quick peek at someone's full page just in a paragraph. Besides just the summary, we also use DeepSeek to edit in this case, Riley's resume, where it shows here a quick preview of the resume, and we can either keep or reject these changes. Since this is just a sample resume, we'll go ahead and just reject the changes, and we can now see our resume has been uploaded into ResuMate server, and recruiters will have access to this once we go into our Find Jobs tab. So in this tab, we're able to see all the different job postings on the site, and our filters allow to filter by employment type, work arrangement, and education required, and as well as industry. Using my preference here will take our job preferences from here and then sort and automatically apply the filters here. So since Riley prefers on-site work, that original job posting is removed, and he's not really interested in a internship, so we can skip that. Not interested in a software engineer role or a junior software engineering role. Once the user has gone through all the potential jobs, it restarts with what the filters have selected. So we'll go ahead and take off the on-site requirement. So this is something Riley would be interested in. So we can like the post, and maybe this is something Riley would want to get into later. So we could save the post, and this takes you to this screen where you'll always have the option to like the post or even remove it at a later time. Switching back to the recruiter view, we can now view the candidates for this specific job posting. Again, this is showing the resume summary and the skills that Riley had entered on his page. So if this meets this recruiter standards, we can like the candidate, and immediately message them from this screen. So on our messaging platform, we have the ability to share the contact info with the other party. And only once both sides have agreed to share contact information, that is when the contact information will be displayed on both sides here. And through this chat, this is how we can facilitate potential job interviews or just further contact. Recruiters are also always able to download the candidate's resume at any time for further review of it. Going back to the recruiter's company profile page, we have metrics here that allow a recruiter to gauge how much attention their job postings are garnering or if it's even worth continuing to use our site. And on both sides of recruiters and candidates, our notification system is disabled by default, but users have the ability to turn it on and be alerted when there is a match. And that was a quick run through demo of our app ResuMate. Thank you for taking the time to watch.